the BOSA March is starting on the 1st of May 2025. We know that a bit earlier on our show, we had Ayanda Ali, who was trying to give us a bit more information as to what is happening. As you can see behind me, people are already gathering, and the march is starting right here at Ubukobami Mohorosi Street in Dobsonville. And we're going to be bringing you all things that have to do with the march today. This is what is happening right here on the streets of Dobsonville. The march that is taking place from Bukobame Mohorosi. Live right here, we are on the street of Mohorosi. And as you can hear the chants and the music as the BOSA members are singing, and those who are joining in on the march is saying that Asina Luvalo, they have no fear in their heart about all the initiatives and the mandates and everything else that they are trying to achieve as a party. In a few minutes, we're going to be in Umthombo Olwazi, and we're going to be hearing what Musimamane, the leader of BOSA, we're going to be hearing what he has to say with regards to, of course, what is the reason for this march that we're experiencing today in Dobsonville, and what is the ultimate goal that they are trying to achieve as, the BOSA party.
Mandla, angisho manje abasasidubuli necessarily. Bayantshontsha, bayamosha, vandalize. They are abandoning us. So manje sithi noma bentshontsha ke, noma bemosha siyaya and sizoyijika izinto. Sanibonani Dumelang? Ninjani? I'm not going to be long. Ngiyabulisa nje. In fact, ngenzela ukuthi uAyandushilo wathi benomusi this is home. Ngenzela ukuthi mangifika ningangixwayi. Ningazi ukuthi nangomunye nangilo esam adopter as well, but ukubulisa nje ngiqale ngokuthi thank you Ayanda and team yase-Gauteng for the work that you're doing at Dobsonville. I mean, I was here, as Ayanda says, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I spent time with some of the community, and we can see the work that's happening, but also thank you to the community for trusting us with some of the challenges that you have. Maybe ngifuna ukuqala ngokuthi, in fact, ukuba kwami la is to want to tell you and share ukuthi what are we doing at Parliament, ukuzama to engage with these issues. But angifuna ukudlula ekuthenini why are we here today, Makuyi Workers' Day? Because there's background and there's context. This country was built on the back of workers. This country was built on the back of abantu abamnyama. Brick by brick, every brick oibonayo, every single thing oibonayo in this country, it was built ngezandla zethu. And in fact, even exista kwamakasi townships, initially they existed because kwakuthiwa let's make sure ukuthi we have a place where we can get labor. So kahle we built this country as South Africans, and the workers and the black workers of this country built this country. Ngezandla, the mines, the roads, the buildings, we built this country ngezandla zethu. What then happened was that with apartheid, not only did workers in this country build the country, workers in this country then fought apartheid. Ama unions, ama strikes that were happening 1973, the Durban strikes, 1980s, all the strike of workers, ama go slow. I remember as a kid, mina, ukuthi sometimes election kwakuvalo kuthiwa kuyiwe emsebenzini, the workers are not going, kune go slow. Those are the things that ended the apartheid. And what we expected, masasesi with democracy, is that the priority will be how do we make the people of this country to have a future that says we work, but more than anything, we work where we live where we work. And that is what we're not seeing today. Kubuhlungu namhlanje, after that battle, after all that work, after everything we experienced, then we have places like this that are abandoned. Kube kuhleli abantwana bengasebenzi, kube kuhleli abomama abobaba bengasebenzi, and you have places that are abandoned like this. And so when we had a campaign at Build One South Africa, we said our campaign is to put a job in every home. And we are committed to that. That is why in Parliament, I sit with Portfolio Committee, yaga Trade and Industry. I sit with Portfolio Committee, yaga Small Business Development. And these are the things that we're talking about. We're talking about, and we are going around and we are working as BOSA to say, we want to see industrial parks at Dobsonville. In fact, I look at this area and I look at this space, and this should be an industrial park. And so the commitment now is to say, Uguti, we go back. We have even identified one place, at least in Soweto, where we can say when we're engaging in that portfolio committee about industrial parks and townships, we say, Sikoni space that can actually be turned into an industrial park so that people work. When I end, I want to say this. We're engaged with issues of industrial parks, but also of special economic zones. To say, Uguti, let's turn townships into places of work. Let's change them into places where there are tax incentives so that goes over an investment into townships. Let's turn them into places where there are skills development. Let's turn them into places where there's labor incentives. Mawuqasha you actually get incentives so that we have more employment here. So that ultimately, kuphele lento that was happening. When I started, I spoke about the lives of workers in apartheid. Ukuthi kuvukwa ngo-4 kuyiwe emsebenzini ushiye ingane zakho isel noba. This is where we've got to work, and this is where we've got to prosper. It can't be namanje ukuthi to have an opportunity, you have to go it down, and it can't be here. And so that is the focus. That is the work that we're doing. It's the work we're doing in Parliament. It's the work that we're doing in BOSA. And I want to end by saying this. Amakassethu, where we live, were meant to destroy us. They were built to destroy us, but we survived. We survived. We actually built a spaza shop. We built a workshop. We were able to make sure that there were actually economies in our townships. There was work even in our townships. We survived. But now we have to move beyond survival. Now we have to say, how do we prosper? What is the future? What is the future of work and how do we prosper? And as far as we're concerned at Build One SA, the future of work is in townships. The future of work is in having factories in our townships. The future of work is in having innovation hubs in our township. It's in having tech hubs in our townships. It's in having scientists in our townships. It's in having tires that are developed here. It's in having cars that are actually manufactured in our townships. It's in making sure which the food we eat, baked beans, rice, are manufactured right here in our townships. And that's what we're going to fight for until there is a job in every home and a job maker in every home. Amanda.
I love what you say when you say we must work hard to create jobs, particularly for black youth. Because it is black youth who are filling those prisons. It is black youth who are the face of poverty is largely black and female. South Africa, that's who we are talking about. This is not to say you are against any other race. It means all you are asking for is your dignity as a person so that you can be equal with anybody. Poverty, eropa batho, seriti sa bona. You cannot tell me you are free when you are hungry. So, ke batla bua ka Workers' Day. Because we are told many things by this government. They tell us the township economy collapsed because of shopping centers. That's what they say. As soon as Shoprite, Checkers came to invest in townships, then this Spaza shop fell. That's what they say. They say Boroto is cheaper ko Shoprite than go Spaza. Haki ba botsa go parliament. I want to give some thoughts. I want to tell them mo Dobsonville mo Soweto. our businesses aren't just this spaza shop. Don't insult us and say all we are capable of doing is running spaza shops. Spaza shops are but one businesses. But I want to tell you, we are coders, we are manufacturers, we are steel workers, we are caterers, we are sewers, we are bigger than just simply spaza shops. If anyone thinks all we can do is sell Gospaza shop, or wrong, because they forget the fact that how about Kenya Gate, Dobsonville, you are not going to go to ShopRite or Dobsonville, design. How about the sofa? How are you anywhere else? Dobsonville. How about the internet? You cannot go anywhere else. You must ask the local entrepreneur. But these guys think, no, all we are here for, that's where they are wrong. You know that's what they think, that they will allow a place like this to collapse. Actually, they don't have a vision for the people of Soweto. They don't have it. So that's why when they see a place like this, the greatest crime of apartheid is that it taught a black government to look down on its own people. That mindset, this would never happen in Sandton. It would never happen anywhere else. It would never happen. It has to happen in townships. Now you have to ask, why? Why can't we say mo Dobsonville mo? We are putting out a tender for all the banks to come and put their call center here. Why not? Who works at a call center? Why should the person who works at a call center go meet rent? They can walk here. Call center is dependent on the internet. Are you saying to me that the internet Yamo Dobsonville is less than the internet Yago Mitrend? If that is not so, it means there must be a call center here. Kiababona go parlamente ba perdi tripisa ke lena ke na go ba ke re ganyane fela ke ba re gwa biginyana fela ke ba fela ai re ke ba tsholele ba. But here's the problem. How remote guy? How much are regular go Santin, regular go Dubai? And then when you have to ask a basic question, are you saying the people of Soweto and Dobsonville can make you something nice? You don't just talk about the township economy, you are proud of the economy of Dobsonville. Bagisan, today on Workers' Day, now I don't see the purpose of celebrating Workers' Day. It must be declared non-Workers' Day. Today is no different than yesterday. Yet yesterday was the day, and it's a public holiday. We are fun. Public holiday, no public holiday. We are fun. What's the difference? I'm here to merely say, I've heard the calls of the business people. I've heard the community. Action plan. Number one, if the structure exists, Dobsonville Community Trust, let us all fall under that structure. If it does not exist, let's create one. Amandla. The reason why we need a Dobsonville Community Trust is because we don't want this facility in BOSA or some private thing. We must go to the city and say, you must hand that facility to the Dobsonville Community Trust. That's point number one. Here's what I will commit to do. We must source out people who must come and part invest here. Because to refurbish this place is going to need capital. Western Isle so, even though West is not far. It's nearly there. We will go and commit to find people who can partner with us to invest here. Motopsenville. Thirdly, I am a list of my business. These will be co-investors in this facility. Itla nabo ne baba kenam. A ka itse ba matlana le mogopolo ba kgethilwe kae le mang. We must make it possible the people who are here fighting this struggle must be accommodated. We are not going to accommodate everybody. We must accommodate the people who are working. Further than that, I have been saying in Parliament, a speech, now vet today ki one ha vet. Because let's go. Hale sides so ha vote. Hey, ke a bona go nna June July. Ya no ha ba sheshisile morago. Here's what we need to do next. We need to come back to them and say, "Bon, ha sa tlhole re batla vet ya no. Re batla Dobsonville in a special economic zone." Why should Dobsonville be a special economic zone? What is a special economic zone? We are saying anyone who invests in Dobsonville must get a tax incentive. We don't want an economy in the township only. We want an economy from the township. My brother, if we were skipper mo, that market isn't big enough. Deep kloof. We are now going to Lagos. We are going to Europe because we have a township. We have an economy from the township serving the world. That's what we are talking about. Do not make the mistake or China is manufacturing in some fancy places. China is manufacturing in their townships, but in Nalwena we are wearing things that were manufactured in China. I long one day for an American child to say, this was manufactured in Soweto. Then we are achieving a dream. Then we are free. Because you see the Afrikaners, I feel like the Afrikaners understood this thing. You know who's been the most free? The Afrikaners knew they were only under apartheid able to sell to South Africa. After apartheid, when the laws were lifted, they were able to sell to everybody. That is why you can go to France and ask for, sorry, can I have South African wine? France. You can say the same in Australia. You can arrive in Australia and say, can I have South African wine? Then they ask you, where was this wine made? You say, in Stellenbosch. That's the wine I will have. Sure, you will pay, but it comes from there. Now imagine if a child in Atlanta stands up and says, no, I want sneakers made in Soweto, in Dobsonville. Now we are talking freedom. No, now I want to set up my call center in Soweto, in Dobsonville. Why? Because their time zone is central to the world and their English is so good that you can't tell. India are running call centers. Have you ever called a call center about an Indian person? You can't even understand the person. But they are running call centers in India. We should be running call centers here in Soweto. Yes, thank you. What country are you from? I know you are from England. Oh, we couldn't tell because you are from Soweto. We are not just Nje. We have a dream for an economy that comes from here to the world. So now I'm sorry. In most churches, repent. Now I want to repent first. So let me tell you, even though Dobsonville, we haven't myself fought enough for Dobsonville. And I'm glad today. It's not because you don't like other townships. I mean, relative everywhere. Kozola. I mean, Dobsonville, Kasiaka, Rabu Rifi. You know, that is not to hate other places. But we can't. The founder of BOSA is from Dobsonville, but Dobsonville is still the same. It cannot be. It defies the logic. Fair enough. Oh man. Our charity begins. No, I want to we must put investment begins at home. We must put investment in Dobsonville. So that we can restore the dignity that comes from Dobsonville. So that one day when we walk out, my children, they must come here and know there are businesses that are here run by people from Dobsonville. We must become that center. Therefore, I'm here to partner and contract with these businesses. Asqaleni manje singena by fire by force noma kanjani. The first place we must begin, we must make sure Dada comes and gives this facility to Dobsonville Community Trust. Then Station Commander Sam, I want to encourage Senzo. I'm going to tell Senzo when we go back to Parliament on Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to tell him, can you tell the Station Commander of Dobsonville that once the facility is now owned by the people of Dobsonville, the security and the police are going to keep their eyes here. Here in Dobsonville. And lastly, let us find investment so that Bachisan, it is now time. We can never say on Workers' Day, oh, it was the day it started, it's celebrated all over the world. Workers' Day, we must open all the stores and people must come and look. Just like you've got Decoding Trading Academy, there must be Dobsonville Trading Academy. There must be Manufacturing Hub. There must be gate, the sofa, catering. I must come to the mall that is here that tells me what things are being manufactured here in Dobsonville. The struggle before 1994 was a struggle for freedom and political rights. The struggle in 2025 is a struggle for jobs. That's all. So the new comrades are not the ones who stand up in the streets by toy. The new comrades is anyone who starts a business and employs someone. That one we can call a comrade. Baba nonsense. What we want now is the struggle waged by the entrepreneurs, because anyone who creates a job is freeing another South African. Thank you.
You cannot say today it's a workers' day if there is no work. We cannot say today it's Workers' Day if the youth of Dobsonville in particularly are not employed. So we've got this space. This space it belongs to Dobsonville, and Dobsonville must own it. If we have an opportunity, there are people balling out expertise. We've got the graduate, people who don't know where to go, where to start. But if we can give them an opportunity to use this space is dilapidated. It only involves or it attracts criminals. So if we can use this place effectively, if we can use this place effectively, there are IT people, specialists. So what I'm saying to the community of Dobsonville, we need to own these properties. If you can look that side, those firms belong to us. But if you can tell you now, how many people are occupying those spaces? None of us have a space there. So Mr. Maimani, we are just challenging you as a political organization to say, please come and help those who are those who don't have power, or those voiceless. You are saying today is a day where you are going to highlight that we've got premises that are not working. So we must make use of those premises so that this place belongs to us, belongs to Dobsonville. We need to own it. So thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
My name is Tumsani Nkulele Dobsonville. So what this space will do for us is in terms of creating jobs, because we operate in the green economy. What do I mean by that? We're in the recycling space, but through innovation, through technology. So what we're aiming to do, if we get the space, by the end of the year, we will create more than 80 jobs for the local youth, because when we empower the youth, we speak to the ECG, which is important to us. It's the environmental, social, and governance. So when we have a strong hold, we are able to alleviate and reduce carbon footprint in terms of emissions in and around Soweto. So what we are planning to do is make Soweto green. So we pledge the government, and with the help of BOSA, to make sure that the government works with us to make sure that we make Soweto green. Pagama Soweto.
Lebitso la ka ke Thuso Makhanya. I stay la in Dobsonville. This place sayilwela thina ezomphakathi ukuthi uwele kithi so that sizokhona ukuyiuza. But inkinga esibe nayo sibene nenkinga ne-GRA. I-GRA ithathe from thina umphakathi bathi bazopaka imoto zabo. This place being inamazenke inalizenke gogohle because of GRA restopile re na tlo paka dikoloi. That's why le bona le so. Now this place ke moraka pula santo ele monto e ka mo morago ke plek ya Dobsonville o bua lona ke Mthomboki a ke re buang go na le ko Dobsonville ka ko Mashaba. One of the members re na le bona bo seri win engwe pleke ka mole le maskauto mo go tsene batho ba le reng ga re ba itse mo re ka kgonang go etsa ntho tsa bo di business le eng le tsona di shopo tse di ka mo morago they fall under Dobsonville ya ndi dingata ntho tse se re batla re di lwanela ko Dobsonville nna ne ke ifetela be ke le bona Mr. Maimane BOSA ya ho se bonele bote ayikho la Dobsonville sicela ukuthi usondele sibone ukuthi senza kanjani. Siyayithanda iBOSA yakho ayize ilwele abantu abanganamsebenzi. Asisebenze la elokishini kuningi okwenzakalayo. No, please come to us and usebenze nathi. Thina siphethe yonke into yaseDobsonville engasebenzela umphakathi. Iproblem esinayo abantu baseDobsonville abafuna ukuhlala endaweni ezikanje. The foreign people yibo abakhona ukulala bagadele izindawo. That's why at the end of the day bagcina basebayiwinile lento. Manje I'm happy ukuthi BOSA is here. We are going to work with you sayithanda. And kaningi sengibona amawuthi asekazi ubuso basekazi sigijimile mfethu. Akunala amaphathi esingangena ngawo. Siyacela iBOSA ayize ebantwini sikhona ukusizana. Thina yithe siphethe into yaseDobsonville ukuthi sinani ingasebenzeli umphakathi. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Sanibonani. Mina igama lami uNomalanga. Ngikhulele la eDobsonville. Okokuqala ngizoqala nje ngibonga ukuthi iBOSA ize yafika izolekelela. Mina bengithi le ndawo le ingasebenza kakhulu ukuthi iyouth yethu for ama arts and culture. Sinabantwana abenza ama drugs. Sinabantwana abangasenzi nesports abangasenzi next. Akuna anything ebayenza except ukubhema ihoka pipe bantu benkosi nahlala nje. So le ingasebenza kakhulu isincede singabantu baseDobsonville. Thina abanye sinama businesses sokupheka ama catering. Singayenza ama African cuisine la ama shop sikhona ukuthi abantu nabo bazosebenza imisebenzi. So nje singabonga kakhulu babomzi. Mawungasinceda kakhulu. Especially youth yala neDobsonville ibe yinhle nesecurity sakhona bandla ngoba hayisekuphi sihlala kumnyama la amalights la bengikhala abo ayanda bayazi sikhale ngakuningi sekuyasinda sigijimile uthi usukhuluma iqiniso yithi besigijima ngeelectric besigijima singalali the time kuvaliwe bekuyithi efuthi angizibhihli bekuyithi ngoba besifuna ukubona kukuhle ukhe kwaba kuhle la ekhaya mina ukuthi nje ngiphethithi kodwa iminyaka ihambile bandla kodwa nje ukuthi besisho ukuthi sicela akubuyele kube nento yenzakalayo kube nesports kube nayo yonke into ngabonga kakhulu asibonga.
Morning Dobsonville, how are you? Good. My name is Divan. I'm here to represent our company called Decoding. It's a group of companies, specifically Decoding Training Academy and Decoding Human Capital. So what we do is we assist in creating learnerships, skills programs, bursaries, internships for Black South Africans and Black youth to put them through a training program that's qualified with CETA, QCTO, so that they can get their qualification in an effort to gain permanent job placement. That's where Decoding Human Capital comes in. Whilst the student is on a learnership program or an internship program, we assist in getting them a host company whereby they gain workplace experience for the duration of the learnership or internship program. And then obviously the ultimate goal is to create a permanent job for that student or that learner. So we thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to be here with you. We are walking this journey with BOSA in an effort to get the necessary funding to place thousands of South Africans, Black South Africans, on these internship, learnership and skills programs to better the community and better your education and assist in creating a permanent job placement. Thank you very, very much.
Amandla community ha ke tlo ba motelele ibile ke mogutshwane ka seemo so ke tlo kopa ho leboha haholo leadership ya rona for ho tla mona I mean it shows power e Dobsonville ina le yona parliament e mona legislature e mona then what more do we want? So this is our own. You see, we then rebata the councillors, not only councillors, even the mayor, yarona. So I mean, so that's why leadership idula ere. If ere hauna moto ator saving. If rona re say save, so look at the power erina leon. So I will urge you hore ha re tshwareng tjena. I think it's up to us. Because leadership here imonana, then it depends on Rona, do we really need this? So tshwantse re kopaneng fela ka tsela ena, and if we are serious we really need this, I mean everything is possible. Everything is possible. So ka utsho jwalo bahlali ha ke batlo ho ba mtelele tseska ha se ke tsholo. Ke tlo kopa hore re tsamayeng re hlaye ka kwa leader ayanda o sa buile hore bana le ditheke ho etsalang ka bona.